Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back and we're jumping into the first mini of 2025. It's been a heck of a ride, but let's get started. So this week we're painting this Dark Elf Male Warrior from Reaper Miniatures, and he looks pretty spiff. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've got some colors picked out for his skin. Drow Nipple Pink from Reaper Miniatures. This kind of nice medium purple. Give that a wash of what would have been Drakenhof Nightshade if I hadn't run out, but now it's this Vallejo Game Wash, blue wash. This is really nice stuff. It's a good substitute for Drakenhof Nightshade. Then we're going to highlight it with a little bit of Citadel Demonette Hide, which is essentially the same color as Drow Nipple Pink. His hair is going to be white, so we got Army Painter Matte White for the hair, and then Apothecary White to shade it. His armor, I've got Royal Purple from Army Painter Metallics. This is a really nice metallic purple, very rich purple color. And I'll alternate that with some Night Scales. It's a nice metallic black color. His cloak is going to be Vallejo Game Color Heavy Violet with a lining of Vallejo Model Color Purple, which I think is a really nice color. I think that's going to look nice with the purple armor, purple and black armor. His crossbow is going to be Wildwood. His sword is going to be Gravelord Gray with a Necron dry brush. All the leathers, this pouch on his belt itself, his boots. Trying to see if he's wearing gauntlets or if he's got bare hands. Kind of looks like he's just wearing fan braces. Alright. So his boots and his belt are going to be Shyish Purple. I want a nice purple leather color. And then his base is going to be the Gravelord Gray with a Dawnstone dry brush. And the base band is going to be Vallejo Model Color Neutral Gray, which is nice, like Mechanica Standard Gray kind of color. Or kind of closer to Dawnstone. But yeah, I think he's going to look really good when he's done, and I'm looking forward to getting started on him. So let's get into it. All right, see you soon. Alright, so I made quite a lot of progress on our guy here, mostly because I get impatient when I'm waiting for stuff to dry instead of just taking a break and walking away. So the skin's done, and I like how it turned out. I also went ahead and did the male armor in the Night Scales. All the plates are going to be that metallic metal, the metallic purple. Also decided to go ahead and do his, since his pants weren't really leather and they're not really armor either, I went ahead and got the P3 Murderous Magenta just to add a little spot of color there, and painted his pants in that color. I may do the hilt of his dagger and his sword, like you just barely see a little bit of the hilt there, the grip of it. But I'm going to do that in Murderous Magenta as well, just to tie those together. But he's coming along really nicely. I really like that. I think I'm going to do his hair next and get that done. Or maybe I may wait until after I do the armor and the cloak, just because it's hanging down over the top of them, just to make sure I don't have to clean anything up again later. So he's coming along really nicely. Yeah, I'm making some progress on him. So I also noticed he's got like this little bit of cloth hanging right there, which I think I'm going to make as part of the cloak. So the outside of the cloak is going to be that dark purple. I'm also going to do that on that fabric too, just to tie it all in together. So I'm going to go ahead and do the plate armor next, and then we'll come back and take a look at them. All right, see you soon. Bye. Alright, the metallic purple armor is done, and this is what I was talking about, how that is a really nice, rich, metallic purple. I really like how that looks. I think it looks really fantastic, especially next to the metallic black of the male armor. I think he looks really great. I'm really liking how he's turning out. So I'm going to go ahead and do the probably the lining of his cloak next, because there's a lot of stuff next to that needs to get around that. And then we'll do the outside of his cloak, and then we'll come back and take a look at him and see how he looks. All right, see you soon. Bye. All right, the cloak is done and shade washed with a little bit of Druky Violet, and then highlighted with still Druky Violet's still a little bit wet in the crevices there, but highlighted it back up with the purples, the original purples. So you just leave that little bit of Druky Violet in the crevices, and it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. So now that everything that's touching the hair is done, I'm probably going to go ahead and do the hair next. Get that bright white hair out of the way. And oh, I also did the you can see I did the grip of his sword here and the grip of his dagger. Also went ahead and got out the Palomino gold and bright gold for the hilt and pommel of his dagger and the hilt and pommel of his sword. And probably his belt buckle too will be gold. I think that'll look nice against the purple. So yeah, we're making progress up in there. It's coming along. So like I said, I'm going to go do the hair next, and then we'll come back and probably do the leathers after that. See you soon. Alright, so I've got his hair done with the Apothecary White, with the matte white base and the Apothecary White. The Apothecary White is still it's still a little bit wet because I literally just put it on there. But that's going to shade that white hair nice and still allow the white to be nice and bright. Also went ahead and did the hilt and pommel of the sword and the dagger and the belt buckle, all with the Palomino gold. So that'll help the bright gold really pop and stand out. So up next, I think we're going to do the purple leathers with the Shyish purple. Boots, belt and belt pouch, the scabbard of the dagger, all that kind of thing. So he's coming along pretty nicely. I really like how he's turning out so far. I'm going to go do the leathers, and then we'll come back and see how he looks. Alright, see you soon. Alright, I've got his belt pouch, the scabbard, and his boots done with the Shyish purple. And that, I think that looks really fantastic. Nice dark purple to go with that. I also went ahead and did the crossbow with the wildwood. The prongs of the crossbow and the bolt are going to be, those are both going to be Gravelord Gray with Necron dry brush, the same as a sword. And the base is going to be Gravelord Gray as well. So I'm probably going to do all of that together. And then we'll do the dry brush of the blade and the prongs. And then we'll do like one last look before we do the basing on it. So he's coming along really nicely. I really like how it's turning out so far. Pretty happy with him. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Gravelord Gray on all the parts that are going to be gray, and then we'll go from there. See you soon. Bye. Alright, so I've got the Gravelord Gray on the sword and the metal parts of the crossbow and on his base. Still, that's still wet. I'm going to take a break while that dries. Also went ahead and did the golds on the hilt and pommel of his dagger and sword and on his belt buckle. I think that looks really nice. Now you can see what I was talking about when I said the Palomino gold really helps that bright gold to pop. It's it always helps when in a lot of metallics, a lot of paints metallic ranges are kind of thin, and so it helps to base coat it with a similar shade. In this case, Palomino gold is kind of it's sort of the Reaper equivalent of Averland Sunset. In fact, that's why I bought it, because my Averland Sunset ran out and I wanted something kind of the same. But this makes a really good base for the bright gold and the greedy gold, and lets them to really helps them to really stand out and gives them a good solid base to make a good solid color out of them. And that also works nice for copper and bronze as well. And to a lesser extent, the Evil Chrome from Army Painters colored metallics. Some of their metallics don't need any basing. Like I didn't have to base the metallic purple in purple to get it to come out looking like that. It just looks like that. Same with the night scales. Same with a lot of other colors. But for some reason their golds are kind of thin, and so it helps to have that basis on there. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry, and then we will dry brush the sword and the crossbow and take one more look before we call him done for the day. All right. See you soon. Bye. Alright, so I got his sword and the crossbow metal bits dry brushed with the Necron compound. Also went ahead and did a little bit, just a very light dry brush of Necron compound on the mail, just to help that texture stand out a little bit more. It's not enough to really change it from metallic black, but it still helps that texture pop a little bit. I also noticed this little middle section here was not actually mail. It's a solid plate with some decorations on it. So I went ahead and painted that with the metallic purple. So that kind of fixed that little issue. So for all intents and purposes, this guy's done now. I just have to dry brush the base with Dawnstone and then paint the base band. Y'all have seen that before. It's nothing unusual from what I've done in past videos. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and go do that. And the next time you see this guy, he'll be completely finished. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Alright, and there, ladies and gentlemen, is our finished Dark Elf Male Warrior from Reaper Miniatures. I think he turned out really well. I'm really happy with how he turned out. So thanks for watching. Next week we'll be painting something else. It's been fun. Appreciate the ride. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom here. If you like what you see, click like down below, and if you want to be notified when new videos get posted, click subscribe. And in the meantime, if you want to support us in any way, check me out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. We're on all those platforms. If you see a miniature on the site that you want to make one of your own, hit me up on Instagram. I can quote you a price for that. And if you want any Flying Monkey Studios merchandise, like t-shirts, things like that, hit me up on storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios and get all your merch there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.